Hello, gamer fans. Well, it's that time of year. No, definitely, we're just last day of the end of 2008 already, and let's go start for the continuing of the back then one of my favorite movies ever I picked in 2008 movies. First movie was Eagle Eye. This movie, Eagle Eye, guest stars Shia LaBeouf. He's one of the best actors ever. But basically, he runs it like a fugitive, better off helping himself in the internet. This is one of my top 10 best favorite movies ever. And start off for the second movie, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of Crystal Skull. This is another one called Shia LaBeouf and Harrison Ford's movie too. This is just one of the fourth movie of Indiana Jones already. Well, you couldn't believe they made a fourth movie out of that. Like, also almost like the Die Hard fan. And coming third was Never Back Down. This movie starts as like the guy calls himself the next Karate Kid. Well, basically it's just like almost like the Karate Kid, but it's not a makeover or anything. It started out between he used to live in Iowa. And definitely he moved to Orlando instead. Orlando, Florida. Well, it definitely is the closest one ever we got here. And it's like the storyline between as the actor, the Karate Kid. It's like almost between, but it's not karate, it's mixed martial arts instead. It's one of my favorite movies ever. And started off for number 4 is Iron Man. Don't you like being an Iron Man fan already, people? Starting off, this is one of the best Iron Man movies ever for the first time. It's like between it's just like from the Marvel movies ever. 2008 was superhero movies ever. And one of the best. And starting off for number 5, The Dark Knight. Well, you couldn't believe this. It broke records in 2008 already. Well, it just blew my mind when I saw this in theaters already. Twice I saw this in theaters. At Heath Ledger's last movie, it's unbelievable. I just give this a no holds bar ever. Starting up for number 6, The Incredible Hulk. I wonder like how a green guy who gets angry just like for the Incredible Hulk, and the villain calls himself the Domination, who kills the Incredible Hulk. But can he live the legacy already? Most definitely yes. And I was wondering, I'm thinking something like there's something missing, Tony Stark is in that movie on the end. Well, Robert Downey Jr. was there too. Definitely like an Iron Man fan. You think they're gonna make another third movie of the Incredible Hulk versus Iron Man already? It's just like the legacy continues. Well, starting up for number 6 already, Incredible Hulk is one of my favorites. And number 7, one of my 7 most favorite movies ever, called Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. I never saw Hellboy 2 when I never discovered it before. I never saw it when I was a kid. Well, definitely, I like the special effects on the first one on digital restored, on cassette tapes. Well, definitely I like the first one, but I like the second one better than this one. Well, one of my favorites, Hellboy's fans already. I never seen it before, but I don't know anything about it. Let's move on. Starting off for number 8, The Happening. It's like, what's wrong with this movie anyway? Like, why is people dying or disappearing, from the inside out? It's like wondering, is it a win or something? But I don't get this movie, I thought I wanted to be a scary movie, like how people are disappearing from the inside of the world already. Well, I don't know anything about that, but I don't care. It's just one of the scariest movies ever, but I saw it once before in theaters, but I explained it was just a win. It's just don't believe that. Anyway, I just give it up. And starting off for number 9 was 10,000 BC. I did explain about this, like the Stone Age things, from just like how 10,000 BC looked like before then, like the prehistoric times. Well, I like how it was digitally restored from movie theaters and the Blu-ray edition already. It's one of the best favorites ever, but I don't want to tell you anything about that movie already. Started with number 10, Untraceable. This movie, it just brings like almost like from Saw movies ever. It's like almost like mixed with Jigsaw versus the computer nerd. Well, and you put that together, it makes it like a threat from the internet already. This movie, it makes it feel like the internet guy is killing how all the views are watching all this. Just like how much you bet, like you want this person to die for. Just like for how many views from YouTube makes, a lot of views they do it. Well, definitely one of the best. It's starting for number 11, The Strangers. Well, what kind of movie is this about 3 people who are gonna kill like a girlfriend and a boyfriend at the same time at home? It's just like, it's scary. Like, for example, when I saw this in the audience, why did kids see this like saying how girls are screaming or something? You should never see this a rated R movie for no reason whatsoever. Hey, and the bottom line is, don't ever take no kids to a movie theater when there's rated R movies. Hell no. Once you stay home, you little brats. And definitely don't ever see a scary movie like The Strangers ever again. And most definitely, this is just one of the saddest movies ever, but I hate this movie. You know? Well, that's one of my pick movies ever. I explained that movie about The Strangers already. Well, let's move on. Start up for number 12 is Benchpoint. It's like people just messing around against like the presidency already. And I don't know anything about this movie. Like just like how the president went to Europe about Spain or something. He was assassinated, but he came alive. Well, definitely, I don't know about this movie. I saw it once. It's starting up to number 13, The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. It's one of my favorites ever. It's like the 3rd Mummy movie ever. And what happens like the Scorpion King 2 and the Scorpion King? It's like the 2 numbers are mixed together. Like, this should have been the Scorpion King, like first beginning. Why they had to call it the Scorpion King 2? Well, definitely, let's go back to the Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. It started like in Beijing, China, against Jet Li here. Well, this is just one of the best movies ever in 2008 already. And started up for number 14, it's Death Race. This movie is about like racing games. Like, if you win this racing game, you get your freedom. But let me explain you something. You don't get your freedom. It's just like it's mixed up with Twisted Metal, mixed with racing like Mario instead. But it's just making stupid instead. And who designed this stupid racing game? Well, you get to judge. I don't get it. And starting off for number 15 is Resident Evil Degeneration. You know why they call it Degeneration for? It's one of the best ones ever, like the ones from the games already. Well, it just continues about the game, and the story continues both. And let's continue about that. And starting for number 16, Hancock. Well, you get the idea about the superhero guy who's making up like a superhero homeless is doing just like saving the world for no reason with crime. Well, this is one of the hilarious things ever. Why did they make a superhero movie like this? Well, it's just like he's causing millions of dollars of damage, just like being dumb anyway. Well, when he gets to prison, he gets his act right to save the world one more time. And for the number 17 movie ever, it's Step Brothers. About this movie, it's just like these two 4-year-olds. It's like making comedy for no reason whatsoever. Well, I get to sigh about this movie, just like how these two brothers stay at home without jobs, but they had to get jobs for no reason whatsoever. Well, that's it between it, and that's it for everyone.